So this is from my novel, which I will perform in June at Wow Cafe Theater. And at the Left Forum, I'll probably bring some chapbooks if I can. That's the Socialist Forum in New York City, in case you don't know. And it's got 2 or 3 characters, so I do need to tell you their names. One's a smokestack. One's Tanya, and she's the best buddy of Agua, and they're all around your age. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 26.
Yeah, they're about 26, 32. They're around there, okay? And why I chose this part of the book, You're Gonna Have to Face This, is because there's a beautiful website, AliceMiller.com. She does psychohistory and psychology of fascists like Hitler. And she recommended that I read Lloyd Moose, and he says there are 7 phases about going to war. And I think that happens in families as well as in outside situations that impact on the family. And that first one is freedom, the second one is fear, the third one is fission, where you split within the group. You're the out crowd, we're the in crowd. And then there's the fusion, where we start to merge those of us who are in the in crowd with punishing those out crowd people, and we say, I'm the killer fatherland, or I'm with daddy, or I'm with big whoever at the job. And then there's the fracture, where I start to feel like, uh-oh, my bad self is actually here in front of me, and who is it? It's you. You're the enemy, and I've got to kill you. And maybe I will join, because now we have draft. No, we have joining into the military. Of course, there's economic poverty draft also. But why is some of my kids in the jails, because I teach yoga in the jails, and some of my kids are joining the system. That's an interesting thing I find, very interesting. And then I actually fake the provocation. You know, he did that to me, whatever it is. You know, Saddam Hussein was killing babies, all these fake provocations. And then the next thing is, I will fight and I will sacrifice myself to kill so I can get reconnected with the motherland. And Alice Miller did a great analysis of Germans, and I see myself as imitating the Germans if I don't stand up. So Agua is going to start, and she's in a little room. It's a lot tinier than this in somebody's house, and it's called Against the War, the Family Hits, imitating the warmongers. Agua wants to be the first to give formal feedback. Usually everyone talks in a jumble, and she asks for facilitation this time. Hey, will you ask us to go around, share our positive helping suggestions and anything that just does not work for us? She asks the woman who played the director. Is that cool with everyone? A brown-skinned woman with a well-groomed set of braids all over her head asks, nodding heads show, yeah, that's the answer. Having got this organized, Agua slides way back, away from the area designated as the stage. Her smile, broad and white pearls wrap over her red tongue. She pronounces each word separately, then runs them all together once she gets talking about her hatred of this militaristic USA system. I'm so glad you decided, yeah, fucking happy, Tanya, that you chose to let us see even this first draft. You chose because you're demystifying, removing the veil, and breaking out, girl, from the damn so-called halo around mommy, especially mothers of color. Pointing her entire hand and waving on top of her head, Agua goes faster with her voice, overcome bottled up sadness, having lived lots of years on welfare, both with her moms and with herself. I mean, this system, disgusting, imperialist, kills in all kinds of poor countries, hates peasant women, black women, all of us workers. But how? How does it, Tanya, get into our very hearts that we don't deserve nothing? She looks at Tanya. Through the conditioning so close to us, through our moms dying not to know, denial every damn day, and our fathers' lifelong disconnection. finally exploding with a huge voice, breathing so large that her breasts heaved. And it's all gotta be fake! Thank you, Tanya! She laughs and hugs her best buddy. Why did you write that piece, Tanya? Asks Lupe, a new woman in the group of women, her shy manner huge contrast to Agwa's waving arms and raucous laugh. Gently replying, Tanya starts, steady tone, not to scare her. I want others to get to talk about their family ache too. So I expose this one family as having lots of contradictions. That way other people get to talk about their hurts too. I mean, neglect may seem less than the abuse of parents who don't face that they did criminal war-like acts, but neglect has to be exposed too. Tanya looks in this woman's direction, focusing on her cornrows, then coming to rest deeply into her eyes. That woman had said in the beginning, months back, standing up for herself with her parents was pretty difficult because they never beat her, but were usually not home. She confused their absentness with just being too tired. You go, Tanya! Agua jumps in again. She has some joy because she's broken this fixation that people of color sometimes have on protecting the hierarchy in family. We're not supposed to air our dirty laundry in public, remember, Tanya? The two women laugh. Tanya thinks the next whole thing through and then risks saying it out loud, shaking her head as she talks. That was pretty scary when everyone in our so-called nationalist progressive community was revering the family as only a place that stood up against the war of racism in this America and lynch mobs and white rich folks that did all their oppression. But you know what? It's true. The family can be helpful, but it also can sometimes take on the fucking power over you dynamic, you know? They imitated the warring plantation overseers. They cuss us out, Agua, right? Or whip us, or just ignore us, their own kids. Tanya clears her throat and swallows. I don't know, you all. I think this has to be fundamental. The family was a refuge, but it also gave in. And one of the group's more experienced writers comments with her finger pointing red on one fingernail, coffee-colored earrings matching her skin. This is a counterpoint to the vague generalization that the family's okay without thinking about the internal mechanisms. I went to the point of give up the family with just two parents, or even just one, trying to do it all. Tanya jumps back in. Yeah, smokestack. With all the contradictions of the parents' past and all the horrors of capitalism's war economy insecurity, I think we need to conjure up something else to try to be a foundation of health.